Hello. Okay, so here I am going to show a method in how to get this Altium retarded PCB software to function properly, especially with the mask, the silk screen. So I'm following in a course how to do high-speed PCB design by Fidel. It's taught by Robert Fernanek. And so the way he's teaching it is he's using the old version of Altium, and I'm using currently, unfortunately, using the most recent Altium, which is the version 25. Now, Altium is extremely retarded because I'm trying to create two layers, which is the top and bottom, and we are required to make a mechanical layer where it's also top and bottom, which is this. Now you might face a problem where Altium is extremely retarded. So let's say you place all the components using the top and bottom layer, like over here, top and layer, and then now let's say you want to make a two layers in the mechanical layer, which is called component layer pairs. And once you do that, you're going to see that both top and bottom layers is only going to be on the top layer, and then splitting it is like almost like trying to find out how to do it is almost impossible. So I went to the Eve blog, and here someone else was all the way back in 2015, it was going through the same retarded problem where this software is just extremely epically retarded. And in order to do this, we're gonna have to like press another stupid button, like an update button, where they stated you have to do this right here, tools update from PCB libraries. So that's what I did. I went to tools and update from PCB libraries. Now Altium, it finally stopped its retarded thing where all the components was in one layer in the top ASM layer. Now it splitted them into two layers. It's really stupid why we would need to press that extra button. I mean, it should have done it once I created this layer right here. Once I created this layer where it takes one layer and splits them into two layers, it should have done that, but it didn't. Anyway, I'm just explaining this for future reference because I know that there's no point in remembering all of this retarded shit. It's because most likely I'm not even going to use this software. There's much better logical software, PCB software to use, but this is just for future reference and how to create two mask layers. So you first, originally the layer was over here. The mechanical layer was over here, and it was called mechanical 29. So 29 was the mechanical layer, which is basically the silk screen layer. And you just go click edit, and you'll find that number. It'll say 29. Then you would go to component layer pairs, or you can go here too, and just simply click add component layer pair. Then you name it whatever you want to name it. I called it ASM, and then you put 29 and you put 30 because the bottom layer will be 30 and the top layer is 29 because that's what it was stated over here. Then you would just click assembly or you really don't need to, just click OK, and then it will create this thing right here where you see it says M29 and M30. So this is the top layer and the bottom layer, which is over here, top and bottom. All of this stuff is kind of retarded how Altium does it, but this is the way you have to do it to create a mask, the top mask and the bottom mask. Now, if this doesn't make any sense, well, basically this is what I'm trying to achieve here. So as you can see, there's this thing and this thing right here. So this is the top. This is the top of the PCB. Well, this is basically the top mask, and this is the bottom PCB. The bottom of the PCB board, the bottom mask. And so these little white markings, these are basically the mask, and that's what we're trying to do here, make the top one and the bottom one. And it's also good to visualize the components and where we're placing things. So that's what this is all about, and it's really important that these things are set. But let's just say that if you are like me, where I already placed the components originally in the top and bottom, and then I created the mechanical pairs, which is called component layer pairs. Altium is not going to separate these two. It's all gonna put all these components in one layer, which is extremely retarded. But I just show the process how we can split it. You just go here, add component layer pair. You put 29 and 30, or whatever the mechanical layer number is. You would have to go here. This is not the one. It was originally it was mechanical 29, and then it converted into a component layers pair. That's why you don't see it here anymore. It's converted over here, this one right here. So I'm just making this video reference, so hopefully it can be helpful, or I know it's going to be helpful for me at least. Anyway, that's the process.